and welcome back to the second segment of our show this morning. I'd like to say we're switching gears, but we're in the artistic flavor today. So that being said, we have with us on set some young folks who are very much into the world of animation. And so we're going to be discussing what they have titled as the Nubia Show. It's a children's animated series that they're working on. We have with us the writer, Chris Lewis. Good morning.
Yes. Good morning, Belize. Good morning, world.
We also have the creator, Derek McKoy.
Yeah,
good morning.
Good morning.
And in the middle is Rheanna Serano. She's the president of the Ecumenical Junior College, and she's also a vocalist.
Yes,
good morning, folks.
All right, good morning.
The Nubia Show, what is that about?
Well, the Nubia Show, as you rightfully said, it's an animated children's series. It's about a young Garifuna girl called Nubia. And she recently moved in with her grandparents, she and her little brother Wayo. And her grandparents, they're very traditional Garifuna, as well as Belizeans, and they have all intentions on passing on cultural practices to Nubia and Wayo. And in the midst of all this, the Nubia Show teaches children about friendship, responsibility, self-esteem, moral values.
Gender equality.
Gender equality, exactly. And so with all this, the Nubia Show is very insightful, and still with all the insight, it's delivered in a very child-friendly way.
Nice.
Right.
This just sounds so fascinating, I gotta say that much. Because two reasons, well, three. It's a children's show.
Yes.
It's animated, which people really underestimate how much work and skill that takes. But three, you're diving right in with cultural education and awareness.
Definitely.
Like you said that Nubia is a Garifuna girl, and I know that you are aiming to really use this show as a way to help to spread more awareness about the culture.
Exactly.
And I can only imagine, you know, anybody who lives with grandparents or visit with grandparents, they have like the old school traditions, right? They'll be very strict about your formal use of the language. Am I hitting the nail on the head here, Chris?
Little things.
On doing the old school forms of cooking rather than the new methodology.
Like grating coconut.
Right? How much of this have you integrated into the show? Is this where kind of the interest comes from?
Yes, actually, it presents a slight challenge to incorporate, you know, like the old fashioned, the new fashion. So you find that sometimes Nubia prefers to do things the old way, like her granny, and then sometimes she does it the new fashion way, and sometimes she fuses and use from both, you know, the old world and the new world, the older people and the younger people. Because
like the show itself, it's based in 2019, so it's like a more modern day version of like how we're living right now. Because we come from Dangrega, and like a lot of people my age, they don't know how to speak the language. So I feel like for me, it's like the most important thing, like the foundation. If you know the language, then more than likely you'll be able to keep up with the culture and the tradition.
So here's the question then. This is written and narrated in Garifuna?
Well, it was originally we thought about doing it in like Garifuna, like completely, but for the people who don't understand, it would be hard for them to tune into the show. So we're gonna do it in English, and then like words from Garifuna will be translated, so it's for English speakers. And then when we're done with the first season, we'll translate it to Spanish to Garifuna, and then be for Spanish speakers.
Nice. How was this idea born? How did this all come together?
Well, like with me, like I know myself, like I mentioned, I'm not fluent in the language, and I know I'm kind of like, I know I feel a way about that, but so I feel like my contribution to the culture would be something like this for help the generations that come after us.
Right. It's just trying to have that culture retention and also helping the younger generation with a form of ethnic identity.
Nice. Nice.
And well, you know, culture never dies, and you cannot let culture die. You know, so we cannot just be robots living without the actual foundations that we came from, and so Nubia, and then Nubia herself she's ahead of her time.
Yeah.
She's very intelligent and she learns very quickly. Then she becomes like a student teacher to the other students that year. So she's very interesting. You find her very intriguing, and she's not someone that she doesn't just do one thing or two things or five things. You know, and you know, so she's always, and she loves to play, and that's the thing. So she interacts everything, culture, play, everything, but she knows when and how.
So when you when you came up with this concept, I'm thinking perhaps your primary target audience would be children, right?
Right.
Yes.
But I would want to imagine that because it's heavily based on culture, that you would have a broader audience than just having kids watching it, because you're looking at various aspects of the Garifuna culture coming together.
Right.
Where do you see this being marketed?
She's in her cultural clothes.
Where, like what you mentioned, I was more targeting children, but like you know, when a child's watching TV, more likely the parents will be in the room as well, watching along with them. So parents will watch, children will watch, but I was thinking not just in Belize, but like they have other countries with Garifuna people like St. Vincent, Honduras, Guatemala, Nicaragua, even the United States. So like the target audience would be like maybe more than outside, you know, just the regular demographic.
So is this like Belize's Dora?
In a sense, yes.
I heard the comparison.
People speaking Spanish that have never been exposed to Spanish.
Yeah, correct.
And she's a great character. It doesn't matter if she has a Spanish background, because now you learn a bit of Spanish words.
Right, exactly. Your Belizean Dora.
Oh, I love that. How hard is it to write for children?
That's the thing. Oh, sorry.
It's basically easy. You just put yourself in their shoes.
Yeah.
You know, because all of us were children once, and all of us always got a little child inside of us. You know, so it's just, you know, because then you know, you become the character.
Yeah.
And you tell the character what to do, and the character tells you what to do. So it's right. That's the thing with writers that the normal world wouldn't understand. The characters speak to you sometimes you're in the bathroom and you have to leave, or you got to script something quick because she's telling you.
Inspiration has hit.
She's reminding.
Right.
And sometimes you're writing for 2 days, you don't even know what is day or night. You don't know.
Wow.
Someone has to remind you.
Yeah.
Oh, yesterday was the 15th, and you're counting today the 15th.
Yeah.
So it's things like that. But one thing with Nubia though is that she doesn't dictate too much, but she doesn't stay behind, and she leads in certain ways that she makes you become you as much as possible, but she helps to guide you. So she's a child, but she's not your normal child.
Yeah.
Fully aware.
And children need to see strong representations of themselves. You know, I know so many parents, when they watch a cartoon and it's like a little rude character, they're like, oh, I don't want my child to watch it. But when they see a child that exemplifies kind of learning lessons that are relevant, parents want them to watch it. But tell me about how you developed who you wanted Nubia to be.
Well, for me, the main aspect of the show, like with every episode, I want that there's an underlying message at the end. So like with every episode, she'll learn something new that she can carry on, and something that she could hold on to for the rest of her life. And then Nubia is like, I just wanted someone to be like what you said, an upstanding citizen within society, you know, like a positive role model.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm a bit floored, I gotta say, so I'm catching up with my thoughts because I have to remind myself we need to have this conversation. This is such a great idea, you know, and I'm just trying to figure out how you three got together. How old are you guys?
For me, I'm 26.
And
I'm
you?
19.
19. All right, I will ask you. But the point is, how did you guys get together and say, this is what we want to do? You're not, you weren't commissioned to do it. It isn't a school project. You're not, I mean, you just decided you wanted to do it and went ahead. And you're putting out your pilot now.
Right.
Because for me, like as the creator of the show, I'm also like, I do like design work, but I wouldn't consider myself a graphic designer because it would be like an understatement. I do like the whole spectrum of design. So it was just natural that animation would come as part of that. So I just started working on that, and I had the idea. So I you know, incorporated Chris and Rheanna.
So you call up Rheanna and say, Rheanna, I want to do this thing, blah, blah, blah. Rheanna's like, yeah. Now, friends do that all the time. But then do you generating ideas is one thing. Executing an idea is another. Right?
Right.
So you call up Rheanna and then?
We have always been really good friends. And I come from my family, they're musicians. My dad is Super G, and so for something like that, you know, Derek took the leap on that. Derek took the leap on that, and you know, so I did the theme song for the Nubia Show, and like we mentioned earlier, I'm the vocalist of the Nubia Show soundtrack.
Nice.
All right. And then Chris?
Well, you know, we always sit down and come up with ideas and concoct and do things. And so Nubia came up about a year ago, almost a year ago. And from since then, we've been working.
Yeah.
You know, written already 16 episodes. So it's just to, you know, keep on doing other things and buttering everything. Well, the head of the show is Decoy, Derek McKoy, he's the head. I'm number 2, she's number 3, so. But the soundtrack, as far as the soundtrack, and everybody loves the soundtrack, not to talk, but everybody who hears it.
Yeah. So Nubia is a singer too? Is that what's going to happen?
Well,
She'll be anything she wants to be. Huh?
Nubia takes, believe in me, in one of the episodes, she takes her music lessons, and later on, but I won't say too much, but later on she brings out her own albums.
How do you find, I mean, are you guys funded?
Well, we have to give a special thanks to Niche because they were generous in helping us with the project as well. So like right now, I'm working with a consultant who's drafting up like a proposal because we want to reach out to businesses or people who would be willing to invest in the show itself, because it takes a lot of work, and like for me doing all the animation by myself, it's very, very tedious. So like if I had someone or maybe a few more animators who could help, that would make the process much easier.
Where do you want to see this aired in terms of finding a particular medium or market for this production?
Right now, we not come to that conclusion yet, because we could either do it just on the internet or we could do it like on cable TV, like the local television stations. I just want it to be as accessible as possible.
And you have 16 episodes for the first season, drafted, and but you've completed the animation for the pilot.
Yeah, we have the pilot ready.
Wow. I can only, what has the reaction been so far? Have you shown the pilot to anybody?
Well, not yet, just in-house, but people love it.
The
like
people who
we have an introduction that I sent to the producers of the show. It's like the intro for the show that will play before the episodes.
Everybody loves it who sees it.
And are you still, I mean, sometimes ideas change over time. You feel like you're still hitting all your markers, a strong young girl, the integration of the Garifuna culture, all of these things are being hit in your execution.
Definitely.
You pick up a few, you pick up some of the language now?
Yeah, while I'm working on it, I have to pick up certain words, you know.
So what you tell me now? What you can say?
I can say a lot of things, but you know, it's focus on the show for the most part.
Like Ida Biangi, how are you?
Because even we were thinking about like doing like animated, like a video game, and like activity books. So it would be like for the people who probably don't have access to it on the internet, maybe I could have like material, you know.
It's good that you're integrating technology into cultural preservation, if I may, in terms of being able to carry forward but still make it as contemporary as possible. Because I think one of the challenges with our culture is that you have the old and you have the young, but it's very difficult to bridge that gap in terms of passing on knowledge and the traditional way of doing certain things. And so being able to come from your end and bring the technology to meet what those traditions are and what we've learned over time, I think that's a very, very genius way of doing it. It's flipping things on its head as opposed to, you know, having the parent teach you. You're using your own method of learning from the parent and presenting it to children.
That's what you said, like just finding the balance. You know?
Yeah, and then each other check each other, check and balance. When Granny says, "Oh, you're not doing it the right way." Granny, but I thought, yes, but don't rush it. Do it this way that it comes out right.
Yeah.
If you rush it, it won't come out right. But Granny, I will finish faster. No. You know, so that's where the check and balance comes in. But Nubia is for the world, so the mediums, whatever mediums, and well, we realized that there are, 26 major languages in the world, so all those markets and everything we're looking into in the long end now. They're down the road. Because Nubia will not just stay Belizean, she's international. We can't hold her back.
How are you hoping? When are you hoping to premiere the show?
The first episode, hopefully by January.
By January.
Right.
And for now, how can people find out more?
Well, we have a website, thenubiashow.com, or on the Facebook page. And if you're like someone who's interested in learning animation or maybe like an apprenticeship, you can reach out to us, subscribe to our page.
Yeah, because you're looking for extra hands to help out for now, right?
Definitely.
Definitely. This is such a great idea. We're so grateful that you came in to tell us all about it. I know, David, you said you're still looking for additional support and figuring out kind of how you're going to distribute the season itself. So we'll look forward to getting the details on that. And to the rest of your team, best of luck. We're looking forward to it.
Thank you so much.
Thanks
All right. We are going to go ahead now and take a break. When we come back, we're going to stay in our art theme today as we look at charcoal portraits. Please stay tuned.